guys, another day, another dollar. Done at the gym. Let me think of shit to talk about. The topic is you have shit-ass genetics, but you want to be a bodybuilder, right? All right, let's just get something out of the way real quick. If you have truly just a horrible genetics, you will never be an Olympia contender, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to shit on your dreams or anything like that, but if your genetics are truly that fucking ass, right? No matter how much gear you take, someone with just better genetics will also be there to take gear, and you're gonna get clapped. Genetics suck. Now, the faster you accept this, you know what I'm saying, the better life will be. Because specifically in bodybuilding, like if you had chosen like anything else, anything more skill-based, right? And I'm not saying bodybuilding's not skill-based, it's more hard work over time-based, but not really like a skill. I mean, I guess the dedication is a skill, but I'm saying like compared to like, you know, shooting a 3-point shot, that's kind of like a skill. If you can go for like, if you shoot 100 3-point shots and you can make like 80 of them, that's crazy. All right, that's a skill, right? Bodybuilding is more hard work over time, just like showing up, dedication, training hard, which is a skill in itself, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Is like, it's like 80% genetics, you know what I'm saying? Because let's get something out of the way. Obviously, it takes hard work and dedication. Everyone knows that. It's hard and it takes dedication. But anybody who gives a fuck is gonna have that hard work and dedication as like an entry level thing. Like that's just like, you're not gonna like at the top level, everyone is working very extremely hard and taking extreme gear and all that shit. So then it really just comes down to very minute things like genetics, you know, little different, like small differences, posing, you know what I'm saying? I guess posing is a skill, but if your genetics are truly that fucking ass, you're not gonna be Mr. Olympia, you know what I'm saying? You know what I used to tell people? I used to tell people that, you know, for the average American, right? You could be working out for like 6-7 years, and I'm saying you're busting your ass in the gym as a natural, you know what I'm saying? You're getting that shit. There's a West African who can carry a sack of rice, right, across a field and then walk back without the sack of rice. He drops that off, walks back. He will make more gains in that walk than like an average dude in like 7 years. I don't know if you've seen some of those West Africans, bro. That shit does not even make sense, dude. They'll do like 5 push-ups and their chest will quadruple in size. And what does that tell you? Genetics, right? Now look at the Icelandic strongman, bro. You got like people like with the descendants of like Brian Shaw, Hafthor Bjornsson, Eddie Hall, all those guys, bro. They're like 6'9", 400. Okay, like, what the fuck? Anyway, as you can see, there's a bit of a genetic factor there. You know what I'm saying? You could train as hard. I could train as hard as I possibly want, but I won't be 6'9". You know what I'm saying? That just won't, that's not in the cards for me. You gotta accept these things, but that doesn't mean you should quit. You gotta make the best out of your shit situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you can still look amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like with any genetics, with enough hard work, you can still look phenomenal. Okay, you will look amazing, better than most people. Like anyone can get to that level of just being, but if you want to be like a top like bodybuilder, like that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna work, right? But you can look great. Like on the beach, you can look shredded, big arms, but like everything you want. But yeah, just not like on the show type shit. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta accept that. You know what I mean? And a lot of people make the best out of their genetics. You know what I'm saying? Like super short people. You know, super tall people. Yeah, and that's just kind of how it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the way the world works. Right? People get mad about shit. Incels, right? They're always talking about, oh, I was born so ugly. Look at these Chads and Dequariuses that were born better than me, taking all the bitches. Look, man, life, when you were born, I've said this before, it's literally a dice roll, right? Everyone gets this lucky dice roll, right? You're either born a man, a boy, or a girl, right? Honestly, let's be real, it's better to get the dice roll as a man. It just is. Like, you don't want to be a girl, right? Then you get the dice roll of, oh, was I born into a family that's, you know, well off, or like crackhead homeless parents, right? You don't get to choose your parents. So that's a dice roll with that has, and mind you, all these random ass things out of your control have a huge impact on how your life's gonna go. Another one is this red? Oh, green. Another one is like, okay, how attractive are you? Right? That's a complete dice roll, right? You can't really like off birth, like kind of real dice rolls get into play, right? Where you were born, that would be a fucking L, like, right? Like you could either be born, your dice roll is you could be either born in America, right? Or the slums of India. Okay, so now that's a complete dice roll when you were born. Like that, you don't have any control of that. I bet these incels, right? They're all like, I was born ugly and 5'2" and my nose is big, blah, blah, blah. Like at least you weren't born in the slums of India or like the fucking place controlled by the Taliban. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being born a girl in the Middle East. Jesus. Talk about like terrible fucking draw. And all this shit about girls getting sold into marriage at the fucking age of like 9 to these old men. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, that is a bad dice roll. You know what I'm saying? And like those girls didn't choose for that to happen to them. You know, it was complete luck, and it's just sad. You know what I'm saying? And so you see that all of these things, like, I feel like more than you realize is just completely just a complete dice roll. You know what I'm saying? Like where you were born, right? Like I feel like if you took someone born in like a war-torn area where it's just constant conflict and war versus like a nice rich suburb in California where everyone's really nice and caters to you, right? Everything else is the same. That's going to be a huge different factor. You know what I'm saying? One of them is going to be like hardened, mean, kill people with no remorse just because they had to survive, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that versus like, you know, like nice, chill, whatever. Same thing applies to genetics, right? Some people are just born with good bodybuilding genetics. You know what I'm saying? Some people are born like talented as shit. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you can't work hard. You know what I'm saying? And I think in a lot of things, hard work beats talent. And genetic, like it does, right? But usually the winning is hard work plus talent. That's a big one. But specifically with bodybuilding, it's just bodybuilding happens to be one of those things where it's just so reliant on genetics. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like art. If you were like a competitive painter, yeah, there's people that are really good, talented painters, but you could always just get better. With bodybuilding, you can't choose your genetic. You can't just like change your genetics. You know what I'm saying? And this is if you're doing it competitively. Like don't get me wrong. Like you can always look better and always look the best version of yourself. But just realize life is just a giant dice roll, and the only things you can control are your attitude and your effort. You know what I'm saying? And just like how you treat people and shit. So control your attitude, control your effort, and be nice to people. And that's really all you can do. Yeah. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.